Navidad. Hey, how you guys doing out there? Well, after a little bit of an Instagram poll, we decided that this week we are doing Feliz Navidad, one of my favorite Christmas tunes of all time. Thank you guys for joining me again for our Christmas uke challenge. I also wanted just to mention to you guys real quick that we're doing 20% off all of the All for Uke merch up through Christmas 2019 and beyond. We might do this every year, so type in the code uke for all and you can get 20% off any All for Uke merch. It makes a cool Christmas gift. You know, hey, why not? Without further ado, we're going to check out Feliz Navidad, the chords, the strumming pattern, and do a nice long play along so you guys can play and sing it with me. Get tuned up and let's have some fun. So let's start it off by checking out the rhythm here. So if you are familiar with down, down, up, down, up, which is the island strum, we have used a little amendment to that strumming pattern for this. So the pattern is going to be down, mute, up, down, up. So when I play a chord, it would be down, mute, up, down, up. Now let's talk a little bit about muting. So when you mute, you have two options. You can use your strumming hand, which I just did there. So I went down, mute by covering the sound hole, up, down, up. Now, if you're gonna try to play with a little bit more speed, this is a little bit more of a slow way of doing it, so maybe not the best, but definitely can do it. The other way to do the mute is with your fretting hand. Now, the way that you would do that is you would play down, and then to mute, you touch the strings here with your fingers, but you're actually not pressing down. So when you actually make the strumming hit there, it's all muted. So if I were to do that, it's down, mute, up, down, up. So that's more of a timing thing, and I will also dedicate a full video to muting after this so you guys can learn a little bit more about it. But for today, we're just gonna kind of breeze through here. So again, you have option of fretting hand version or strumming hand version. Let's just do a couple of repetitions here. Choose whichever one feels comfortable to you. I suggest for you guys, if you're a little newer to the uke, maybe stick with the strumming hand mute versus the fretting hand mute. If you're a little more advanced, try either of them. So here we go. We're just gonna go through the pattern nice and slow. I'm gonna hold a G chord here, which will pop up on the screen below you if you don't know how to do a G chord. So here we go. I'm just gonna do this nice and slow so we can get a little practice at it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, mute, up, down, mute, up, down, mute, up, down, mute, up, down, up. Tricky to do it slow. So let's try it a little bit faster. If you need to go through the slow, rewind back and just try that a few more times, but I'm gonna bump it up a little bit here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, mute, up, 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 down, up. So spend a little time with the rhythm and really get used to that strumming pattern. Now, if you want to throw out the mute altogether and you just want to try going through this with down, down, up, down, up, that's totally cool too. I just thought that the mute add there kind of gives a little bit percussive element, which kind of goes with a little feel of the tune. So let's check out the chords that we'll use for this tune. First chord is a G chord. So again, the G chord here is index finger on the C string, ring finger on the E string, middle finger on the A string, and those are on the 2nd and 3rd fret. Make sure you're on your fingertips, and I'll always mention with the G chord that you want to kind of tilt your hand towards the headstock to get really good spacing there with the chord. So G is one of the chords we'll be using quite a bit. The next one is A major. So A is played with our middle finger, 2nd fret on the G string, index finger on the C string on the 1st fret. That should sound like this. And while I'm here, we'll also use an A7 chord. So to play an A7 chord, just take your middle finger, pull it off of the G string, and you're just going to hold your index finger on the C string here on the first fret. There's an A7 chord. Another chord we will use is the D chord. So a couple options here. For the D chord, essentially you want to cover the G, C, and E string here on the second fret. So you can do that with your index, middle, and ring, or your middle, ring, and pinky, or you can take one finger, which you'll probably see me do in the play-alongs, and just cover with either your middle finger or index finger to play the D chord. Try, experiment a little bit with that and see what feels comfortable to you. A bar chord. Did you guys check out the bar chord series? If not, I'll leave a link to it in the description, but here's a B minor chord. So to play B minor, this is going to happen in the chorus. Index finger across the bottom 3 strings on the 2nd fret, ring finger on the 4th fret on the G string. That sounds like this. So that covers all of the chords you need for Feliz Navidad. There is going to be 3 sections to this. We have an intro, an A section, and a B section. So it's pretty simple. There's a lot of repeating going on. So kind of acclimate yourself with the chords a little bit before you kind of take off with this one. If you already know those chords, then let's get started. So the key I chose for this is the Jose Feliciano version of the song. So to start with the intro here, we will start with the D chord. So we're going to play the D chord 1 time through the strumming pattern. So when I say 1 time through the strumming pattern, that means we'll do down, mute, up, down, up, 1 time. Just so that's clarified. I know there were a few questions in the comments about that, so I just wanted to clear that up. So that's 1 time on the D chord. Then we move to the G chord. And from there, we go to A, and then back to D. So let me just play that progression for you nice and slow. So that's the only thing that happens in the intro is D, G, A, D. So we're going to play through that. So it's 1 time, G, A, D, and then it just repeats. So we do the same thing again. D, G, A, D. Now the only thing that happens that's different the second time through is instead of doing 1 time for the last chord right before the song starts with the vocal, he just hits the chord with 1 down strum. Basically, D, G, A, D 2 times through. So let's play that together. If you need a couple of repetitions just going through the chords, take your fretting hand and just kind of work through the chord progression to make sure that you're really comfortable moving through those 4 chords before we kind of play it here. So we'll just play it nice and slow. If I don't do the mute, it's only because I'm just kind of trying to demonstrate for you. So you're welcome to do the mute in the strum or not. So here we go. The progression will be D, G, A, D twice. And just remember at the end, it's just 1 single strum. So here we go, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, A, D, D again, G, A, and then just 1 strum on D. All right, so now for the meat and potatoes of the song, the A section. So every A section starts with him saying Feliz Navidad. The A section, kind of keeping with the same theme here rhythmically as the intro, but the chord sequence is a little different. So the chord sequence here for the A section is G to A7, and those are happening both 1 time, and then D, which happens twice, And then it repeats G one time, A7 one time, and then here, again, just kind of like the intro, we strum the D chord one time, and then we do a down strum to kind of end that section. So that whole thing will repeat, and if I'm talking about this kind of confusing you, there's a full PDF for this, which will have everything noted on there that you can print out and just put next to this video. It'll make everything make a lot more sense, but you can follow along here. So let's just play through this section together, nice and slow. The chords are all laid out below you and how many times to play them. So here we go through the A section. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1, 2, back to the G, A7, D, here comes the stop. Now, let me mention that. So that's called a staccato note. Now the way I'm stopping that is I play the chord and then I release pressure again here, just like I was talking about with the mute earlier in the strum. If you play the chord, release your fingers from the strings, but still keep your fingers in contact with the strings so that they deaden the notes. That's how you get that pop. So try that. That's a little extra thing that you can derive from this song that you might be able to use for another song. So try that out. Again, let's play this little part again, the A section, a little bit faster so you have a repetition at that before the big play-alongs coming later. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down. A7, D, D again, back to the G, A7, D, here comes the stop. All right, so that's the A section. Again, I always recommend kind of taking it in chunks. So spend some time with the intro, and then maybe when you're ready, add the A section, and then kind of see if you can fuse those together and play the intro and the A section together. Let's move on to the B section. Again, you're gonna start with a G chord, and the B section is noted when he says, I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. So we start here with a G chord. We're gonna strum that one time. We move again to A7, just like the last section, and then we move to a D chord, just like the A section. Here's a little change for you, and for you bar chord lovers, I know you're gonna love this. We move to a B minor chord. So for those of you who are playing D with one finger, if you were to play it with your index finger and bar the D chord, moving to B minor would be easier for you. You can try it, or you can just try going from D, whichever way you're playing it here, and then really work on that switch. You might just have to work on going from D to B minor quite a few times, but because it's in the same key, it's going to be very useful for you to know that chord change for a lot of different songs. And then we return to G again, back to A7, and then we end with a D chord, and then we do the little one down strum at the end. So again, let me just walk you through that nice and slow. So it's one time, A7 one time, D, B minor, back to G, A7, D, with the staccato note at the end there. So, spend a little time with those chords. I hope you're feeling relaxed. You know, it's the holiday season. I know sometimes it can be stressful, but a great way to kind of escape that is with this little bundle of joy right here. It can definitely soothe your soul. So let's play through the B section together, nice and slow. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, A7, D, B minor, G, A7, D, and then the stop. All right, here we go. We're gonna do a full play along. So for you keeping score at home, we're gonna go intro, A section, B section, all the way through. So without further ado, a very slow version of Feliz Navidad. I'll kind of guide us through it with the vocal and the chords as we go. Here we go, starting with the intro. Hold that D chord down. 1, 2, 3, intro. G, A, D, D again, G, A, stop on D, A section, Feliz Navidad, A, Feliz Navidad, do D twice here, Feliz Navidad, prospero y año felicidad. Here comes the stop. Again, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad. Back to the G, Feliz Navidad, felicidad. B section, wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. B minor, wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. And then that repeats again. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. B minor, wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. So that is the full gamut of chords that you will need through all of the sections. So I know I was kind of stopping and going at different odd times there through the slow version, but I was just kind of trying to get you through it there. So without further ado, let's try it a little bit closer to the tempo of the song, singing, playing it together with a little bit of Christmas joy, you know, injected in there. Here we go. From the top, intro, starting on the D chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, D, D, G, A, D. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero y año felicidad. Again, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero y año felicidad. Here comes the B section. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Again, I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Whew, I'm a little out of breath from that one. Thank you so much for learning Feliz Navidad with me. I hope you guys are enjoying the new Christmas series that we're putting together here for you this whole month. If you guys are following along on Instagram, use the hashtag ChristmasUke and tag All4Uke on Instagram. If you're playing this song at home and you have an Instagram account, I want to see you practicing it. So send that over to me so we can keep in touch. I love hearing from you guys. You guys are so great about commenting, subscribing to the channel. It's awesome hearing from you. It's a lot, you know. I I like hearing from you guys. I also wanted to mention that we have a new playlist we put together on the channel that is called Recent Uploads. Pretty simple, but what it is all of our newest videos will just be there right on the channel for you. So if you just want to go back a week or so, it's easy to find. I thought that would make it easier for you guys to, you know, get access to all of our recent videos. And as I mentioned a couple times in the video, there is a free PDF song sheet for this that'll have the lyrics, how many times to play each chord, and the full song for you guys with chord diagrams and all that good stuff. So maybe you're going to a little Christmas get-together and you want to play this song, bring your All For Uke song sheet with you. I promise it'll help. And last but not least, if you're looking for a holiday gift, I'll mention it again, we're doing 20% off. Use the code UKE4ALL on our merchandise store. You can pick up some sweet All For Uke gear to show off or maybe get somebody for a gift this year. I don't know. Happy holidays, everybody. Thank you so much for learning with me, and drop me a line. I'll talk to you soon. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Now, I thought I was going to be like missing the carpet, but I really don't miss it at all.
You fought so hard for it.
Yeah, I didn't really fight that hard. I kind of was just like, okay, if you really want, why not?